Listen, tap back into your roots. Do what you gotta do to tap back into your roots, right? So I was listening back to like a lot of my old songs when I went by Jab and J Diesel. A lot of times I self-reflect, right? Um, when you're on a certain type of journey in life and you feel like a lot of things change, which that's just how life goes, but um, a lot of things change over time. Sometimes you want to self-reflect to go back to kind of the roots in order to, in a sense, remember where you came from in a way, or remember who you are in a way. If you get what I'm saying. So basically, like, and this is kind of what got me into the chosen one ideology. This is kind of what got me into, you know, thinking on a higher realm. This is what made me wake up in society, wake up to narcissistic abuse. All of this led up to that, and do. I honestly am starting to feel like that everything is happening how it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? But when I go back to my roots and I listen to when I used to be isolated as a child, um, what I'm saying, separate myself from toxic people unintentionally, separate myself from my narcissistic family unintentionally. It was just like on the inside, my body knew what to do, my mind knew what to do. When I listen to my old lyrics and my music, it's like I knew everything that I'm going through right now. And even when I wasn't like religious, because my mom was against God or whatever. Well, she wasn't against God, but she just felt like God was an excuse or whatever the case may be. But even in my music, with a family who was not religious, I'm talking about, you know, I'm putting God in my lyrics and stuff, and even though I felt like I was betrayed in my life by one of my closest friends was basically being around me just to pull my energy down. One, two, he was so insecure that he wanted me to feel insecure because he heard my old music and he's made music with me, and the fact that somebody was around me for so many years and they were so insecure that their intentions was to bring down their best friend is the most bizarre and insidious thing ever. But like I said, this got me into the chosen one ideology because not only was my one of my best friends trying to bring me down, it was like every time I got into a situation when I was in my little friend group, they would throw little shots at me. I remember one of my friends was like, I made a song. It was I've been on some king shit, ballin' with no defense. Better tuck my chain, cause these niggas, they be creeping. It's called king shit. And one of my friends is like trying to throw shots at me, telling me something. Josh, what you wanna be a singer? Like, just little petty stuff like that. Or, um, one of my friends who is off his rocker, I made a song, you know what I'm saying? And he helped me edit it, and he made the cover his picture. Like that is not the most narcissistic thing ever. Like who does weird stuff like that? Um, it's more to that story, but just like I said, that's what got me into the chosen one ideology. Because I'm like, listen, my closest friend doing it, then my group of friends always got something to say about me. Then they meeting up with they saying they having a conversation with me, right? Lying to my face. That's what narcissists do. They weren't all narcissists, but some of them in my friend group were narcissists. They saying stuff to my face, and they say, when you argue with a narcissist, they so defiant. They pretend like they know everything. Yeah, and it's going every time you got a rebuttal, they gonna argue with you back and say the right thing, but they just bullshitters. And then they would go link up when I'm not around, you know what I'm saying? They would link up when I was around talk about me, and then when I would address it, because it would eventually come back to me in some way, they would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not fake. I can never switch up." No, no, typical bullshit, right? But when you got your closest friends doing you dirty, you know what I'm saying? When you have your own family trying to bring you down, your sister throwing shots at you, your cousin who also starts to make music throwing shots at you, triangulating between you. Your mom is causing your brothers and sisters to try to throw shots at you at your sister's wedding, and to say your cousin is this and that, the greatest rapper, whatever, all that bullshit, right? All of that, when I think about, when I go back to my roots and listen to my music and listen to what I was saying in there, how confident I was surrounded by toxic individuals, narcissistic individuals, borderline individuals, these insecure people. I was surrounded by them. Then I go out into the world to separate myself from my family because I was isolated for so long, and I try to create an identity outside of my family and go into school and stuff, and then I get into a friend group that's also toxic. You feel what I'm saying? For the narcissists, codependents, and whatever the case may be. And also, I had to work on myself as well, and I have worked on myself for the last year or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that I had so many people around me that were trying to intentionally bring me down, which brings me to the chosen one ideology. Like how, how, how am I not a chosen one? Like I am a chosen one. I'm just saying. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not of this world because when you of this world, you are not God's son. You know what I'm saying? God will not work with you or if you are of this world. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy. And I just made that rant. I just came in the house and I had to throw the camera on real fast. And I just wanted to make that rant. Um, Cause it'll be the ones that's close to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. Like I really be thinking that because like I said, in childhood trauma, I've been isolated. I'm just trying to make it. I like to turn to God. I hope He hear me praying. You feel me? Because it's true. Like it's true. It's true. Like it's just crazy. Like this is the path I'm supposed to be taking, and this is the path that God put me on. It has to be. Because nobody just loses their whole family. Nobody just realizes that all their friends are fake, trying to bring them down. Nobody, like, my confidence level, when I listen to my old music, and obviously I still have that confidence with inside of me, I'm a chosen one. I have that confidence with inside of me because it's who I am. And I've minimized it a little bit after learning about narcissistic abuse, only because I didn't want to appear as a narcissist. But I have true confidence, and that's why I love Russ so much because Russ went through the same type of struggle where he had true confidence, and then he had people around him trying to bring him down. Now he didn't lose his whole family and all that X, Y, and Z stuff, but I can relate to him in the sense of insecure people being around him trying to bring him down, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And for me to move to the whole other side of the United States and now I'm isolated, I'm in an empty apartment right now, you know what I'm saying? And just to self-reflect, like my story is coming up this Saturday, my story video, check that out. But just to self-reflect on everything and then just people like, oh my Lord, it's just a beautiful thing, really. It's really a beautiful thing. I'm not worried about nobody minimizing anything at this point in my life because the people who were doing what they were doing, they're no longer in my life. They're no longer in my life, but it's just so good to self-reflect because when you're healing from trauma, when you're trying to move forward, sometimes you got to go back and process those things. You know, go back and realize what was going on. Go back, like some of the stuff that I've dealt with within my life is unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's unbelievable, and yeah, this is just the real, true, honest, my honest opinion on it. Like, um, it's crazy. If you got any thoughts below, but I feel like this is the path I'm supposed to be taking. This has to be. God has to have something on her side. If He don't, I'm gonna knock on His door and be like, "Yo, bro, why'd you just put me through all this?" You know what I'm saying? Why'd you just do that? Nah, there is something on her side. I truly believe that. I'm godly. I'm divinely protected. I'm divinely guided, and there's a higher purpose, and I have to continue to stay the course. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna be easy because it ain't been easy. I've been through a lot. You'll see it in my story. I didn't put everything in there, but I went from being a young kid in Philadelphia making music to making YouTube videos, to going to school, getting jumped, fighting people, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even get into that. Like that goes into me being a targeted individual, being a scapegoat, being a chosen one. Even when I went to school as an elementary school, I was getting attacked because people see my high vibration and the demons wanted to bring it down. Think about that. Since elementary school, you getting attacked at elementary, then you getting attacked in your own household, then you getting attacked at your own friends, then you getting attacked at your own cousins. You feel what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? Like, like, if you say I ain't chosen, you delusional. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I think I think this word is crazy. I think um I was just listening to my own music, and I was like, yo, I was a vicious young buck. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a completely different individual now, obviously, because you grow up and stuff. But man, man, I gotta reignite that fire, but bring it back as this version of Josh. So that was just my thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed my story. I wish it was longer, which is gonna drop on Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna put this video out on Thanksgiving, which today is, or Black Friday. We shall see. I might just upload it right now, but it's going on 11 minutes, so I might not upload it until tomorrow anyway. But it's your boy Josh Different, mind, body, and soul. I'm different, you different, we different. Yo, I might be changing that from mind, body, and soul too, because this is just my journey. Just all that mind, body, and soul stuff. That was cute for like 2 weeks, but it's just my journey. I already changed my bio to Josh Different Journey. So it's my journey. If you watch my videos and you watch them, if you don't, you don't. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Josh Different, mind, body. Oh my God, I can say mind, body, and soul. But anyway, I'm different, you different, we different. You already know.